Hey, it's Ella. Thank you for being here with me. It's actually pretty late right now. I think it's actually close to 11 p.m. But, and I had a surprisingly, I actually had a really full day, which was not planned because we had a half day today. So, um, we're spending more time now on revisions, meaning working with each other to make sure that we are in alignment with our postures. We are also talking about sequencing, so how to set up a class, in other words, how to set up a yoga class so that, um, we're going to basically take students on an arc, a journey, if you will. The classes can focus on different things, but there are specific elements that need to be part of every single class. So we are learning that now. I think we have, yeah. We spent a lot of time on that today. We did finish. We were supposed to finish at 1, but our teacher Deep, he went a little bit long, so we didn't finish with class until about, I want to say it was actually about 10 till 2 p.m. Maybe it was a little closer to 2 p.m. So all of us we were pretty ravenous by the time that we finished, but it was also so interesting. There's just so much to learn, and so we were all just sort of like, even though all of us were like, okay, we're really hungry and tired of sitting and whatever, it's like also the material is just incredibly rich and deeply interesting, fascinating, and we're all just really hungry to learn more. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Um, I was completely intending to come back here and shower, take a nap, and then go out to eat, um, to have non-vegan food. Because I'm just like, I just want a pizza or something, like, something with cheese, real cheese. Um, anyway, they have been giving us eggs in the morning, and we've been asking for eggs every day. So they're like, more eggs, please. Anyway, but I absolutely cannot do a vegan diet. I cannot sustain it. There are too many things that I have sensitivities to, or allergies. So it's not something that works for me. But I actually think a vegetarian diet, I could do it. I think that there are things that I would really miss. Cheese is vegetarian, so I could do cheese. But I definitely would miss fish and, honestly, chicken. Weird. And I'm not gonna lie, I would miss brisket, but basically, once I leave Texas, I'm only gonna have brisket if I come to Texas or if I make it myself. Which I do have a really good recipe for making it myself, so that it tastes like, similar to smoked flavor, but still, you know, it's just not quite the same as it is when you go to an amazing barbecue joint that really knows what they're doing. And anyway, so in preparation for, so, some people, in preparation for knowing that they were going to be served vegan food for 21 days, some people wisely sort of started training their bodies, to kind of get ready for it. I did the opposite. I was like, I'm going to eat all of the meat. So yeah, I actually had brisket twice, um, like for like early lunch on the day that I left, literally the day I left. And then I also had more brisket after I got to the airport and got checked in and was waiting for my flight. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to eat some more brisket. So, anyway, yeah. But what's kind of funny is that I don't really, when I'm completely removed from the element of being around brisket, or barbecue in general, and when I'm here, I don't miss it. But I know that over time, like anytime I've lived away from Texas, I have missed brisket. So even more than I miss Mexican food, or Tex-Mex. So yeah, so that says something. I really did not intend to get in here and talk about food, but there you have it. Um, so instead of going out to eat with some of our, um, other girls in the class, I ended up walking to the grocery store, and so I think it was about a little less than a mile, I guess, walking. I mean, it was less than a mile. It had to be less than a mile, but yeah, it was a long. It felt like a long walk anyway. I don't know. um, and so anyway, I went to the grocery store. I needed because the grocery store also has the bank of ATMs right there to pull out cash, and also the SIM card store, so I could get a SIM card so that I could call American Airlines and speak to them about my travel arrangements, which, by the way, my flights have been canceled to get home. So I have. So now that I have a SIM card, I have tried to call the international number, the number for Indonesia, and it's not going through. It's not connecting. So I don't know why. Um, so I'll try again tomorrow. I don't know if, or maybe I'll try restarting my phone and see if that'll do it. But the call is just not going through. I can't connect. And it's supposed to be 24 hours. So I've also tried calling the US number, but what I may try and do is after I try restarting the phone, I'm just like walking through troubleshooting myself. This is really entertaining for a video, isn't it? Um, okay, I'll deal with it. I'm handling it anyway. And if I can't figure it out, I will ask for help, because as it is now, I don't have a way to get home. So, and I really actually would like to go back to America, even though it's basically a giant cesspool at this point. Not really, but kind of is, sort of. All right, moving on. So I went to the grocery store, did all of the things. I actually picked up a few interesting looking bars of chocolate to try. So I will give a report, I guess. Maybe not. Well, I broke open one of them that has it's Written, I think is the name. They're real popular. You can get it anywhere. But I had not seen the dark chocolate with cornflakes. I think it's dark chocolate. Actually, it may be milk chocolate. Anyway, it's chocolate with cornflakes in it. I was like, well, that sounds interesting. I would like to try that. So anyway, did a little bit of shopping. Not I actually did not get to the mala place because, well, for a couple reasons, but because the grocery store was basically in the opposite direction of where the mala store is. So I'll see if they're open tomorrow. I'm not positive that they are, but we'll see. So anyway, depending on how all of this goes with trying to actually make this stupid phone call tomorrow to speak to American Airlines and get my flight sorted out, it might have been a complete waste of time and money to get a SIM card because I don't think that, because basically the SIM card gives me a different phone number. So, um, and I've never done this before. The last time I traveled internationally, cell phones weren't really widely used. I mean, well, I guess they were, but I didn't bother. So, landlines were still, all the things, all of the things. Um, so yeah, I haven't done this before. So this is going to be very interesting for me, to try and figure this out. And of course, I have lots of international friends now around, and so I can, I'll get help, I'll get it sorted. But it's just making me a little bit nervous right now because I just can't seem to make the phone call go through. So anyway, um, did a little shopping, got rained on. It's Bali. It's gonna rain. I took some video of the kind of walking down the street, because it's interesting. The streets are very different, and the traffic is very different. So, and just their idea of sidewalks. I mean, you are basically completely out of luck, unfortunately, if you have any kind of trouble with walking. Um, well, if you have any trouble with walking, you're going to need to take taxis. And um, unfortunately, if you have any disabilities that prevent you from walking, at least some, you are not going to be able to get around because there are steps everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Many, many places don't have, they're just not accessible at all. So that's something that I'm, taking notice of since I have disabled friends. It's something that I really notice a lot more than I used to. So accessibility is a huge issue here. And that's just, um, I guess, yeah, it would just be a challenge if someone had a cane or a walker, certainly a walker, or I mean, a scooter or a wheelchair. I mean, it's the roads are the walkways that are completely inaccessible unless you are very sure-footed, um, and a lot of the walkways are very bumpy. They're very textured because they use natural stone, and of course it's not level. And also a lot of the asphalt on the roads has just like this. It's like you're just walking on the edge of the road because there's no sidewalk, and vehicles, scooters, and cars are coming at you constantly, and all of a sudden there's like a giant hole, and so then you have to put yourself more in the street to go around that. It's very dangerous, but it's just sort of the way it is here. So anyway, so it was interesting to kind of get out and just walk around. I hadn't done that since I first got here, and it was much cooler out because it had rained earlier today, and then it rained again while I was out. So that cooled it off, and of course brought out all of the mosquitoes. So there are, yeah, whatever. I've talked about the bugs, but there are a lot of bugs here, and a lot of mosquitoes. Um, so then and so when I got back, I did manage to have some dinner here, on site, and then there were, I think, 9 of us who got together, and we just had some time together. It was like our, I don't know, we just had like a little mystic woman sharing circle type thing where we all just kind of went around and shared, a little bit of our story and kind of what brought us to the training, and sharing some deeply personal things that we've been through, and what's kind of led us on our journey here. So um, that was that was wonderful, really. It was so great, so unbelievably wonderful um, to just um, get to connect with these women who, we've been sweating together like, for 10 days. And so it was really, really awesome to do something different. Um, so yeah, that was pretty great. A really, honestly, a really great way to spend a Saturday night. So, we talked a little bit about, like, kind of some mystical stuff, and did some, everybody got saged, and we pulled angel cards, and you know it was just like kind of a typical Saturday night for me, honestly. But it was really awesome to do that with these young women. So um, yeah, I'm probably, I think, the second oldest in the training, but I don't feel uh, the the only time I feel like, oh, just wait till you get some experience on you is when these beautiful souls are talking about, they're really, a lot of them are just beginning their lives, really, just out of school, or just getting on their own, or just starting to really come into their own a little bit. So it's man, what an awesome way to really kickstart your life. What an awesome way to find worth in yourself, so that like, hey, I do have a voice and I do have something to offer this world. And you know we need more of that. Honestly, we need more of our young people awakening earlier and earlier, as young as possible, and being more conscious and living a conscious life from the start. We need more of that. It's really exciting, and I feel just privileged and happy and joyful that I get to be part of it too. And I have a different lens because I'm older, so I can bring different perspective, and I can bring, I can bring a little bit of guidance, and, but what I love too is that I am learning so much from these young women. And I think we're all learning. We're all learning together, and it's just awesome. It really, really is. So yeah, so it was a really, really good day. Really good day. Wonderful ending to a really intense week. I mean, this week has just been whoa. So, and I bet that it's just gonna get more intense as we go. Maybe it'll level off a little bit. That might be nice. Um, anyway, so tomorrow is a free day. It's a day off. I plan on doing as little as possible, which is exactly what I did last Sunday. But there's a group going out to eat tomorrow night at like 5. So I'll do that. I probably won't eat much tomorrow, and I'll just wait, and because we may actually have alcohol. So, aha, I may have a mojito. What do you know? Um, so yeah, we'll do that, and that'll be loads of fun. And um, yeah, but basically, I don't plan on doing much of anything tomorrow. It'd be nice to like just kind of hole up and rest, really. Um, So yeah, that's my plan, my big plan. Also, um, definitely gonna do whatever needs to be done to get this flight home issue sorted out because yeah, I do need to leave Bali. I definitely need to leave Bali. So, I definitely have some pretty big things that need to be done. So, anyway, I think that's it. I'm gonna get this uploaded. I'm gonna see if it uploads any faster since I have a SIM card. It should because the Wi-Fi here is terrible. Um, so anyway, yep, I think that's it. Um, this day and really this whole experience is teaching me so much. Today's lesson is really about connection, that your willingness to connect with people and your willingness to extend love without expecting anything in return. That's a huge lesson. It's not easy to do it all the time. It's easy to do it sometimes, I find. um, but it's definitely not easy to do all the time, and it's especially not easy to do that with yourself, to love yourself and extend love to yourself. Deep calls it lovingness. To extend love to yourself unconditionally. That is, wow, that is quite a journey. And, it's the most precious journey that we have, I think, is that journey towards loving yourself completely, unconditionally. So, yeah, took some steps towards that today for sure. So, with that, I'm going to get myself ready to crawl into bed and sleep, sleep, sleep. So, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you tomorrow.